joining my live stream, drop a know your name and your location. Your name, location, we are live. Happy new month. There's something like that. Yes. Happy new month. Welcome to the month of June. This is the 6th month in the year 2026. Have you been listening to my live stream sessions? If you have, drop one of the sessions that really struck you. Let me know what you're learning, the action you are taking, what you're doing differently, right? Well, hey, welcome. Today, we're talking about something really different, and that's the velocity premium. That's the velocity premium. Ever been in a situation where you keep working, reworking your strategy, you keep going through your plans, and you never really execute? Have you been there? If you've been there, drop a thumbs up in the comments. I would like to read from you. How does it feel? There's a burden that you carry. There's a burden you carry. The first thing that really hits you is overwhelm. You just know that you need to get this thing done, but probably due to analysis paralysis, you don't know where to start from, you don't know what to do. There's always that MVP that you can work on, and I'm breaking all of that down today. Just do it. Say with me, just do it done. It might not be flawless, just get it done. You keep improving on it as the days go by. The idea is that you are investing every 24 hours that comes to you, because time is our most precious asset. Okay, so today, the velocity premium, minimizing decision decision to decision to development cycles for high stakes execution. Minimizing decision to development cycles for high stakes execution. Thank you for joining me. I am Elizabeth Omoburare, the productivity strategist. Never forget that, right? So this is an operational blueprint for executing on your goals, really sitting through the plans that you have made, the projects that you want to work on, and doing the hard work. Remember, I said that the goal is to build a brain that craves deep work. The goal is to build a brain that craves deep work, and that's why we're here. And last week I talked about how to bypass that initial strain from your brain, how it tries to stop you because it sees every task or goal that you set for yourself as a huge threat. So it tries to push you into another state where you would rather do something else than that goal in front of you, right? So what do? Go back to the live stream last week and you would, because I broke down steps and strategies that you can imbibe, things that you can do. Okay, there was a bit of, I'll get back to that story about the fig tree Jesus after the live stream much later, right? But let's move ahead. So today, the velocity premium, minimizing decision development cycles for high stakes execution. So you're not stuck because you lack a map. You're stuck because you're drowning in choices, right? Slow active poison. What do? Is the solution. It creates a mental cloth that stops fresh ideas from moving. When you have a severe throbbing headache, for example, you don't want to read a medical journal or wait hours for a pill to digest. What do? What do you do? Let me know if you've had a throbbing headache before. What do you do? This is where you need an IV drip, intravenous drip, so that it goes right to where the problem for you instantly. You're looking for quick fixes at this point in time. It bypasses the bloodstream. This is what today's session is about: an immediate bypass of your hesitation. An immediate bypass of your hesitation. Let me run along. So we are stopping the endless planning loops today. We are stopping the endless planning loop today. Speed is your medicine. We are stopping the endless planning loops today because speed is the medicine you need. And that's why I said that we are minimizing decision to development cycles for high stakes execution. If you're just joining me, drop your name and location in the comments so I get to meet you, and welcome to my live stream. Thank you for joining me today. So the first is the cost of delay. That's a painkiller. Right now, there's this every day you sit there, it leaks your energy, stalls your team. You have a team, stalls your team, and delays your revenue. Of course, you must also find ways to be of value and get value from that as well. So every day it sits there, it leaks your energy, delays your revenue, and it's a constant the fear of making wrong choices. You need to neutralize that fear of making wrong choices, because you're asking probably is not done excellently. What if I get this wrong? What if this doesn't go the way I planned? You have to cut through that fear making wrong choices by looking at the depth of making no choice at all. So what's the cost of delay? What's the cost of delay? Have you calculated that? Have you sat to think through that? What is the cost of delay? Because if you have that picture flashing right before your eyes, you would understand that no matter where I am in the planning stage or the stage of putting my blueprint together, I just need to get to work. There's an MVP, minimum viable product, minimum viable asset, which is something very minute that you can do today, that's in your hands for you to work on. That's moving the needle every single day. There's a part you must play, even if you have to outsource the bulk of the work. There's a part that you must play. Okay, so identify one decision you have been putting off, asking what if I get this, and start asking what is it costing me every single time I leave this undone. That's how you get into your action bias. Okay, so pull the trigger on that decision immediately. Share with me in the comments what you're going to do differently. I want to read from you, because an imperfect decision made today is infinitely and than a perfect decision that never leaves your notebook. You have a perfect decision, but it never leaves your notebook. You have a built out, but you've started working towards it, and that's how momentum comes. Momentum comes when you start moving. It doesn't come when you stay stuck planning and when you're in that state of analysis paralysis. So you have to get to work. I'm just here saying to you that you need to get to work. Move. Just get up and do it. Just get up and do it. Just get up and do it. Do something about it. Do something about it. Do something about that goal. This is the 6th month in the year 2026. Do something about that goal. That's how you build momentum. And so the next anchor that we're discussing today is the minimum viable asset protocol. The minimum viable asset protocol. This is a real ache, perfectionism, and the T's crossed completely. You might not always have everything 100% done, but at least there's a 20% that you have done that you can push out there. What do? There are some things you need to do quickly. So perfectionism is a paralyzing condition. You wait until the entire framework is pristine, the slides are flawless, is foolproof. Framework is pristine, slides are flawless, and everything. You're just stuck in that analysis paralysis because the threshold is so high, you don't get anything done. You set the threshold so high, you don't get anything done, right? And if you recall, I talked about activation energy. We just need that slight energy to push you into that state of execution so you get something done immediately. So as you move, that momentum keeps building. Recall that 1,000 steps, a thousand steps starts with a single step. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. You have to take that first step before you can get to that destination that you want to get to. right? So because the threshold is so high, you never actually start, and the ache worsens. That nagging feeling that you have, yes, the ache worsens because you haven't really rolled up your sleeves to get the work done. So what do? You don't need to build the entire framework, like I said. It's good to plan, it's good to get to work, but you have to start doing something. So you give signals to your brain that yes, this is a project that is really worthy, that I want to invest my time on. And if you recall task, you need to get back to it. You need to get, that's where we want to get to. So the system is to test if it works. You need to strip away the fat and ship the absolute raw that functions. Remember that I said there is a part that you need to work on. That's what we're talking about. You focus on that part. Your massive overwhelming goal, your activity for today, well, right now, for those on the live stream, right? If you're watching later, please take this activity as well. Take action. Take your massive overwhelming goal and isolate its single most critical organ. So you know the body is made up of different organs, different systems and everything. So that project, that idea, that goal, isolate the single most critical organ, the one piece that it cannot live without. Human beings can't live without air, right? So the one piece that you know that project goal or idea cannot live without, take that aspect out of it. Like break it down so you identify that thing specifically, right? And then build only that piece. Build only that piece. Build only that piece. If it's a new content strategy, publish the first raw post today. If you're planning to write a book, write one line in your manuscript. If you're planning to exercise and get into that fitness state, plan out your gym outfit and just take a walk for 5 or 10 minutes. If you have a business plan, a strategy, just pick that single part, that like the minimum viable assets that you know that system or framework or structure cannot do without, which only you can handle, and start working on it today. If you are with me, drop a thumbs up in the comment section so I know you are with me, and let me know what you've learned so far and what you're going to be doing differently, right? So let's go ahead. What are we trying to do? We want to get it out of your head. We want to stop the analysis paralysis. We want to get the needle. You have done something differently. Get it out of your system and into the hands of real people for immediate feedback. Because nobody can give you feedback if they don't really know what you're working on, if they don't see what you're working on, if they don't interact with what you're working on, right? Movement cures fear. Movement cures fear. So today, two activities before our closeout affirmation. Flush the system. Write down the single highest bottleneck. Write down the single highest bottleneck right now. Write it down. Write it down immediately. The single highest bottleneck. Make an executive call on it today. No more committees, no more endless research. Make an executive call. What I mean by that is take action today. That small piece that the whole project cannot live without, take that small piece and take action immediately. You have to identify what it is and decide that you will take action and actually take action, right? So spend the next hour. No more committees, no more endless research. So what are you doing? Spend the next hour erecting the unpolished micro version of that project and share it with someone who can give you real feedback. Cringe when people give me feedback about my work or my products and everything. But I realized something. People who are giving you feedback are actually gold because they are giving you, they're giving you details about the gaps in your product or your service, how products that are pristine are born. That's how products that really stand out in the market are born because they get that actually use it, those that have actually interacted with that project or that product, and they get feedback from them, they make the immediate changes that are required and those changes that are necessary. So that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Okay, so our close affirmation for today: I choose immediate action over slow perfection. Our closeout affirmation for today: I choose immediate action over slow perfection. I recognize that hesitation is a toxin that drains my momentum, and execution is the absolute cure. I do not sit still waiting for clarity. I move forward to create it. I am bypassing the overthinking, shaping the work, and letting speed run through my operations. I have a bias for action. My judgment is sharp, and I am completely unstoppable. Can we say that together? Let me take it again. I choose immediate action over slow perfection. I recognize that hesitation is a toxin that drains my momentum, and execution is the absolute cure. I do not sit still waiting for clarity. I move forward to erect it. I am bypassing the overthinking, shipping the work, and letting speed run through my operations. I have a bias for action, my judgment is sharp, and I am completely unstoppable. Do you have any questions in the comments? I can take that briefly. So let me go back to the parable that I was sharing at the beginning, the fig tree that Jesus cursed. So Jesus cursed that fig tree because it had an appearance of productivity that it, but it didn't. So first, it was deception, and the second, because the master is after productivity and fruitfulness. He wants you to put that gift that he has given to you, he wants you to put it to work. But when he got there, the fig tree had no fruit, and it had a gleaming appearance which was deceptive. So I ask you today, what is that thing that you are sitting on? What's that idea, that goal, that project, that person you want to become that you are sitting on? Get to work today. Get to work today. I don't see any questions in the comments. Thank you for joining me today. Until next week, Wednesday, when I bring you another episode on put up your gift. Don't rob the world. Thank you for joining me today. I am Elizabeth Omurare, the productivity strategist. Let's get to work immediately. And I look forward to me how this has helped you, what you're doing differently, and the projects you're working on. And hey, before quickly jump on, right? It's Unstoppable May, the 90-day deep execution accelerator. It's for 90 days, 12 weeks, where you come in with your goals, your project, your idea, or your vision. Or probably you want to become a better version of who you currently are. So I walk you through that 90-day period, holding your hands through 12 weeks, and you get to work day in, day out, every day. It's intense, right? It's intense. You're putting in the work every single day on that project or idea that you have in your mind, that you've had in your mind, carried with you, and has drowned you in overwhelm, right? Analysis paralysis. Sign up for Unstoppable Me, the deep dive execution accelerator, 90 days, 12 weeks. So the waitlist for cohort 7 will be in the description. That kicks off on the 17th of August 2026. Be there. Be there. There's something that happens when someone is holding your hands, when you are being accountable to someone, when you know that there's feedback that you must give to somebody, and then when you come in, every other person is working on their goals. So even when your momentum is low, you're pulling it in yourself, you're pulling in energy from others to get the job done. I hope this has been beneficial today. The links to the ways will be dropped in the description, so you join and settle in before cohort 7 kicks off on the 17th of August 2026. And if you're somebody that is overwhelmed, you don't know how to, and for 30, 60 minutes, 1 hour, I walk you through a strategy that you can implement quickly on really investing time and not wasting it, working with you to redesign your schedule so you have time for what's really important to you and to those around you, what's really important to you, right? So this is me signing up for today. Get into the waitlist for the for Unstoppable Me, the deep dive execution accelerator, or sign up for the Time Architect, where I help you redesign your schedule, and so many other resources on my seller handle that you can access, productivity assessment, and how to really see where you're stuck so you know what next to do. Clarity is extremely important. You can also get Dimensions of Life journal, where you appraise yourself in the 12 realms, areas in which you're existing. You transfer energy from areas where you're bleeding into areas where you're thriving, and you really sit through to do the work. You're just getting this holistic view about where you are from the beginning of this year. You know where you are, what you need to work on, what you need to improve, and how to really do enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.